Yes, we got another great show. We got another great show for you. So you guys, don't forget, if you're watching the replay, you can skip past this intermission and go straight to the show. But we're gonna give some people some time to get on up in here, get to class on time. Hey Tommy. my babies. Hey, Chance. Hey, Miss Wright. Hey, Casey. Hey, Nick. Hey, Love. We're going to get this show started. Like, really soon, we're going to get this party started. We're going to get this party started, right? We're going to get this party started swiftly. Now, this Lavontraye guy, I'm not saying you could never say don't believe somebody or do believe somebody. Hey, Geechee. What's up, my brother? Let me cut this down. Don't forget this. Check out my man of the official T-Pain, baby. T-Pain. But we're going to get started because it's been almost 5 minutes. So hopefully you guys fast forward that. I had to wait for some of you guys to get in here. So let's check this out. Larry Reid calls in to the T-Pain show. The official king. I just love him and him on my Sean. I love me some T-Pain. King Pain. He knows I love him. But I'm so used to saying T-Pain all the time. I gotta stop. It's King Pain. And Milo Sean Baby Way. Thank them for, letting us smaller, channels, get some love. We thank you. Now let's start this show.
My. So, mind you, it was a lot of phone calls. Okay, on period. There was a time where I was on the phone and it was just me and Armand and Larry. And then there was a time where I was on the phone with just me, Tasha, and Larry. Okay. And Larry is a snake, y'all. Larry is a fucking snake. He's a fucking snake. Like I don't know what the fuck he expected from me. Or maybe he's just used to being around fucking puppets or something like that. But a pussy hole could never. I don't have to fucking lie. Don't nobody run shit around here. And that's just on period. I don't have to fucking lie. I don't give a fuck what none of them hoes is talking about. I don't got no dog in this motherfucking fight. Every other party involved in this is bigger than me. So Larry gets on the phone with Tasha K. And he almost immediately throws Armand under the bus.
Oh.
Like, Armand's saying this, and I don't know if, I can, deal with you
You
because
think so?
whoop, and blase. Tasha K said, well, bitch.
I saw my girl, La Jules. It's another channel that we have in common. Oh my goodness. Wasn't he telling the story today when I was talking about the music and stuff, La Jules? I seen you up in there, but I had to leave. I was gonna shout you out. But the chat you was in earlier on today, that's another good channel. I'm about to shout that channel out too. I have to shout it out. But we're gonna get to this. What you think so? We'll find out.
If Armand could tell you something, any motherfucking thing that can mess up our friendship or what we got, bitch, then I delete my fucking number. I don't want to fuck with you. She said, no, I don't fuck with you. And then Larry was like, oh no, Tasha, it's not like that, Tasha. Won't, Tasha. I'm just saying, Tasha. Tasha, don't be like that, Tasha. No lie. So then Tasha K was like, all right, Larry, some, we eventually get him off the phone. And that was that on that. So then I end up on the phone with Armand and Larry. when we was on that call, Larry Reed throws Armand. No, Larry Reed throws Tasha K underneath the bus. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Tasha K said this, whoop, 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 Armand, and blase. And Armand is like, I told you about Tasha K, whoop, whoop, and whoop, 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 blase, and bitch, delete my number. I'm not fucking with you no more, Larry. And some. And Larry's like, oh no, Armand is not like that, Armand. Woo, 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 Armand. Kissing Armand's ass. So Armand's like, yeah, Larry, I don't fuck with me, Larry, because I don't play. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And mind you, I'm just like summarizing, okay, on period. Go back and watch my videos from back then if you want a more detailed description of what's going on. So then we end up all on a phone call together again. And I take this opportunity because I would feel like a pussy hole if I didn't say nothing. I would feel like a pussy hole if I didn't say nothing, and everybody can feel however the fuck they want to feel. But the truth is the motherfucking truth. I've heard that there's one of the other content creators is saying that the story is something different. Put out the audio that you have. But what happened when? Because there is audio. Put out the audio that you have. If this not the truth. If this not the truth. If I'm a fake ass friend and I was motherfucking Team Tasha and all of this. Put out the audio. Prove it. Because what happened when we got on that phone call, I let Tasha K know and I let Armand know that when Larry was on the phone with you, Armand, I said to Tasha K, I said when Larry was on the phone with you, Tasha, he was throwing Armand under the bus, and when he was on the phone with you, Armand, he was throwing Tasha K under the bus. And they both had it with Larry, and they both went the fuck off on Larry. That's what the fuck had happened. That's what the fuck had happened. Hey, Jaguar. Hey, Freya. Yes, sir. Ooh, hey, Jaguar. How you doing, Freya? Yes, the truth always prevails. Are you here to give us an update on your car, friend? Are you ready for the update on your car, Freya? Period. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Does that make me a fake friend because I said something? How's that fake? I'm so fucking lost. And why would anybody say that? My. So, without further ado, yes, my very special guest is backstage. My very special guest is backstage because this brings us to present time, okay? Now you guys know why Larry is being exposed, because after that phone call, he was, bumping his gums, talking about motherfuckers being sued. He was the one being fake. He was being a fake friend to Tasha K, talking about her badly during the Cardi B and Tasha K trial, and then being fake behind the scenes, dragging her to Armand Wiggins. That's the truth. Mind you, Tasha K is somebody that he knows personally, who they families know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna drag Tasha K to Armand, and then you gonna threaten to sue Tasha K over something that Armand or anyone else told you? Like, you were being fake. So without further ado, okay, on period. I bet y'all think that I'm about to pull up Jaguar, huh? I bet y'all think I'm about to pull up Jaguar, right? Y'all share this motherfucking live. Y'all make sure that y'all are supporting this video, okay? Y'all make sure that y'all are supporting this video, okay? because I have a very special guest for you guys because I know that you guys have a lot of questions for this person. Okay, I want to thank this person personally because I mean it takes a very bold person to make these accusations and stand on them. Okay, and you guys know we uh, 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 believe in that over here. You know what I'm saying? Standing on it. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna say it, stand on it, and that's just on period. So without further ado, let me bring up Lavontraye Andrews. Hey Lavontraye, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, champion? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Can you guys hear Lavontraye? Because I can't.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
My. You guys make sure that you guys are sharing this live. Share this live, like this video, subscribe, make sure all your notifications are turned on. Share this video. I don't think I can. You guys hear Lavontraye?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Can you hear me?
You hear him? Y'all can hear him. So it's something with me. Bear with me, Lavontraye. Bear with me, okay? It's something with me. Let me make sure I'm all together when. Okay, let me check my stuff. Hold on 1 second. I just got back from vacation win, so bear with me, Lavontraye. We in for you. Ooh. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, y'all can hear him. Okay, 1 second. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, so they can hear, y'all can hear both of us, but I can't. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Wow, what's going on?
I'm gonna drop out and come back in. All right, can you
Hello?
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yes. So I don't know what's going on. I've been having technical difficulties all day, but I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem.
I have to switch to a different studio. So, how's everything going?
I'm doing well, man. Hold on, let me make sure I'm on Do Not Disturb. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. How about yourself, bro?
I'm doing well as well. So the PPP documentary. Thank you so much for, you know, being bold and standing on your truth and coming forward. Um, Larry has been doing a lot behind the scenes for a while now. I think it's quite strange that all of the people that he has been getting to manipulate the accusations and target you in the media. How did you feel about everyone that was coming against you? Did you receive any threats?
Nah, no threats. I don't think they not even really built like that, to be honest. So I didn't anticipate receiving any threats. Um, it was it was expected, to be honest. I kind of expected for people to respond, and in the way they did on his side in his camp. He has a way of just manipulating people. I was around him for long enough. I know how this works, and yeah, man. I mean, it didn't bother me. I mean, it was one of those things that hearing my family been spoke about in a negative way. Of course, that was a little more difficult. I can take it. I'm a big boy. I can take it, but when you bring my family into it, it feels a little different for me. And so, yeah, man. To answer your question, it was what it was.
So in the documentary, you said that Larry Reed, the reason that his people, kind of defend him is because his doctrine is, a person who doesn't defend you while someone slanders you is your enemy also. You said that in the documentary, and then subsequently he posted that on his timeline on Instagram. Do you feel like Larry Reed is taunting you?
When you were explaining it, and then you broke up.
Lady.
You said I said what in the documentary?
You said in the documentary that the reason that Larry Reed's people, defend him is because Larry Reed, he preaches, that a person who doesn't defend you while someone slanders you is your enemy also. After you said that in the documentary, he posted that on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel like he's taunting you?
Taunting me?
Yeah, or like poking fun at what you're saying. This whole time he's been saying you're obsessed with him.
So let me answer the first thing. Do I feel like he's taunting me? He could be. I mean, I don't pay attention to him, man. Like
I don't feel like you're on social media like that.
I'm not really, to be honest, man. Like I'm on it,
Hey, 180.
because I mean, what I do. Like I need to be on social media, but I'm not really active like that. I mean, social media is like it's smoke and mirrors, man. Like it's all robots at the end of the day.
Do you follow Larry Reed?
No, I haven't
followed
followed
anybody from the church.
No, none of them. I haven't followed any of them in years. Years. I don't watch his content. None of that stuff. The only reason that he's come across my stories and things of that nature now is because of everything that's happening. But yeah, I don't pay attention to him, man. I don't pay attention to him. None of the gossip stuff. Like he's just not somebody that I'm even separate from all this. Like who the person that he is and who he's become is like not somebody I would even entertain. Like he's just a goofball to me. I'm just not interested at all, man.
Absolutely. Have you ever been attracted to Larry?
No, man.
No.
Like I'm not gay. You know what I'm saying?
That.
So I'm not gay. So I've never had an attraction to him. Like it was never that. And to speak to that whole obsession thing, I wanna kind of give clarity on what he's doing. So if you listen to the documentary or the series rather, now I explain like my background as far as like not having my pops in my life, etc. Right? And so when I met these guys, they took on that role of being like a father figure. And so what he's doing is he's trying to make it seem like a little boy that wanted a dad was obsessed with him. That's essentially what he's doing. Like I was a little boy that wanted a dad, and he became that reflection of what a dad was, right? But he's now, because of the situation, describing it as an obsession. It wasn't that at all. It wasn't that at all. It wasn't an obsession. It's weird. It's even weird to hear it described as that, like from him. Like that's just weird. That's just weird. But no, this whole obsession thing is like what are you doing? Like it's just weird to hear. Yeah. Oh, you went mute, bro. I can't hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I got you. Yeah.
Okay, on period. Yeah, I had to do some stuff behind the scenes because the audio was not audioing. So I'm back live. I mean, is there a reason that you decided not to be on camera today?
Well, yeah, I'm indisposed. Like I didn't realize I needed to be on camera. So I would probably not the most appropriate look right now to be on camera. Yeah, this is kind of a last minute thing. So
Okay, no worries. Thank you so
yeah.
much for coming. Also, okay, so back to the questions. Um, okay, so you didn't. It seems as though you didn't realize what Larry had done until he cut you off. Or did he? Do you feel like he cut you off, or he when he deleted you? Is that the feeling you got? Because he
So
keeps
this go ahead.
referring to this cutoff.
So this cutoff is a deflection. So I'm gonna explain that. So if you read the messages, in response to the text messages, he immediately that same day added me and my wife back as friends and started following us the same day in response to those messages. This cutoff that he's talking about is a deflection. He didn't cut us off. Like even now, like I still have the stuff that are in those messages. There are other things that he sent my wife, audio, voice recordings of him, like trying to like mend the relationship. And this whole cutoff thing it's a deflection, bro. He didn't cut me off. Like it wasn't in the idea of that. Like this just shows you how much of an inflated sense of self he has. Like he feels like he had that much value in my life that I felt like he cut me off and now I'm responding out of anger. When the reality is I stopped communication. He didn't stop communication. When he moved to what was this? Oh, sorry, man. I'm sitting in my car and a car was pulling up behind me, so I just had to pause for a second to make sure
Okay,
I was straight. All right, cool. So this whole cutoff thing is something that he's just trying to use as a deflection. I stopped the communication. I stopped following him. I deleted his number. I deleted him off my friend list. I stopped following on Instagram. He followed me for 3 years secretly. He didn't know I saw it, but I saw him following me on Instagram from those messages that I sent. When we were going back and forth in the text messages, up until I had my first conversation with Daryl Moore. Then when he sent me the cease and desist letter, is when he stopped following me. I noticed it that day, and it was in 2020. So from 2017 up until that day, he was still following me, but I wasn't following him.
So what stopped you from pursuing Larry criminally?
So at the time when I initially did the
Police report.
When I initially did the police report, it was I had to come to North Carolina to complete everything. I live in Atlanta, so I had to come to North Carolina to complete everything. And it was just the space I was in life. I had to pause and just focus on what I had going on in Atlanta, so I wasn't able to get to North Carolina as frequently as I would have liked to. But I thought the name was Hubbard. Hubbard was his name, and he still went on with. We had conversations over the phone, but I was never able to physically go and do a in-person interview, and so that was the only reason that it never went further than that, because they just halted. I halted, he halted, and that was just what it was. But you know, and then this, I needed time to really process everything as well. Separate from the police report. When I finally realized everything that I had went through, I just needed just time to just process all of it, man. Just the thought of everything that happened. That was a lot. Like to come into, and that may even come off kind of strange when you hear it that way. But like if you're familiar with mental manipulation when it comes to like the church world, I was under so much mental manipulation that I wasn't able to see what was playing to somebody that was outside of it. If somebody was to see it from an objective perspective, they would plainly see like, this is what this is. But because I was so engulfed in the culture of what it was, I needed to be removed from it to even see. what was happening. And so when I finally saw everything for what it was, the black and white of everything, like that was a lot, man. That was a lot. And that's when I had to do the counseling, and that's a lot. That's really when my spiritual journey started in a different way. I had to just sit with myself for a minute because it was a lot. It was a lot. So
Absolutely. Somebody said something about why does the police report say that it happened in 2018?
nah, it shouldn't say that. That's just when it was filed. So it can't say that it happened in 2018. It was just that's when it was filed. It shouldn't say that at all. That's not what it says. It's not even a matter of if it shouldn't say
that part.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway, I'm out of the comments. Anyway, let's talk about the receipts, okay? Because Larry Reid has sent these receipts out to several content creators, but they don't have all of the text messages. He edited the messages or something because there's a lot more that these other creators just miss. So I'm gonna read the text messages, and then I'm gonna because his number is in here, and I don't want him trying to strike or flag my content. So I'm gonna read them for now. If anybody wants these texts, they'll be available via my Patreon. Okay, moderators, put the Patreon in the chat if you guys want these messages. Okay. So this is via Instagram. No, Facebook.
It was on Facebook, yeah.
Facebook from Larry Larry G. Reid. Yes, it is. It says our relationship isn't the same because of life, but I still care about you and hope the best for you. I know I was a big part of your life and we are not as close, but you can always talk to me. Just thought you needed to know that. And that's from Larry Reid. That was sent on March 5th, 2017. Can you tell us about what happened before this message was sent?
So that wasn't like an event that happened. Like, what do you mean?
So what led to him sending this message? Our relationship isn't the same because of life, but I still care about you. Why does he feel like why is he explaining the context of your relationship?
Well, because at that point, like, we weren't in communication. It wasn't beef, anything like that. We just weren't talking. And I guess that was just his way of saying, like, I'm still here if you need me, kind of thing. But it was no, there wasn't an event that happened. Like, we just weren't talking. Is all.
So this is Larry Reid feeling like the reason that he needed to reach out because he had kind of disconnected from all of you, in his words, cut you off.
I don't know what his thought process was. I mean, because I could reach out to him as he could reach out to me, but I wasn't reaching either. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he stopped communication and I was so hurt by it. It was just I was living my life, he living his. That's all it was. That's all it was.
Well, you responded by saying, I appreciate you saying that. I've been feeling that we needed to talk recently. Things are definitely different, but no love lost. Why the no love lost?
Because that was honest at that point in my life. That was honest.
Do you still care for Larry?
I feel nothing for Larry. If he died tomorrow, I wouldn't cry. And that's not animosity. It's just I've compartmentalized what he was in my life. There are things that I extracted from that relationship that are still prevalent in my life now. Good things, but it doesn't outweigh the bullshit though. And so because of that, I've just placed him over there. You dig? Like I'm not even angry with him. I've gone through all those emotions, but it's just he over there and I'm over here, and I'm cool with that. Like I don't have any feelings towards him at all.
Absolutely. Is there anything that you would like to talk to Larry about today, if you had the opportunity?
No, there's nothing for us to talk about.
Do you want anything from Larry? Money, an apology, anything?
What I want him, I don't want anything from him. What I want for him is for him to be honest for himself. Like the honesty
about this particular scenario doesn't serve me as much as it'll serve him. Like because he's not being truthful about this situation, because he's not being truthful and he's painting it in a way that is just horrible, right? And I said this recently on another platform. Like we didn't have to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have to be here, bro.
Absolutely. Acknowledgement, and he's throwing you and your family and everyone else underneath the bus and painting you guys in these horrible lights to try to save his own ass.
To try to save his own, and that's what's crazy, because it's like, bro, all you had to do, because it's gonna be what it's gonna be at this point. Like it's too far gone, you know, for him to be, I kind of retract at this point. He's too deep in it now. You dig? And so because of that, like he just digging the hole for himself even more and more, man. I'm not the only one, man. And like some of the things that he's saying, like I said this too, like because I was around, it's just shit that I know, man, and that he know I know. So I'm like, why is you playing with me, man? Like, why is you playing with me, bro? Like, out of all people, like, why are you separate from the things that I've described have happened with me? There's specific things that he knows I know that has happened with other men that were in the church at the time that were married.
My. So you're privy to Larry Reed messing with other men in the church. Did he mess with any other boys from the house?
I don't have definitive evidence of that, so I can't say. I don't know.
But you do have evidence that he was messing with other men from the church.
For sure, out of his own mouth. Yeah.
My. What about the other accusers? Do you know any of them?
Yeah, I know both of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Larry responds to your message saying, "Okay, then,
hey,
I'm ready when you ready, nigga." Did he call you nigga a lot?
That was just like
Penny.
that was a thing. Yeah, he did. He would just say that randomly. Yeah, that was a thing back then.
That's so weird for me for a pastor to be using the N-word free that like.
Yeah, he did a lot of weird stuff, man. But that was a part of like I like where I come from. Like I spoke a certain way, and he would, you know, do the same, like back to me, basically.
So you said he would respond by saying "cool, LOL." He responded by saying "laugh out loud." So I guess that was funny. He said, "Check out Empower Broadcast on branding. You would soap it up like you do with Biscuits and Ashley too." Your response is whatever. LOL is that the new page on Facebook? To me, it feels like you didn't like him bringing up your wife.
I mean, I don't like nobody bringing up my wife to this day. Watch your fucking mouth, man. Like, just generally speaking, like I like when it comes to my wife, like, don't play with me, man.
Absolutely. What did he mean that you would sop it up like you do Biscuits and Ashley too?
Just like if you watch him or pay attention to him, I've like some of the things that I've heard him say since all this is kind of unraveled with me doing this interview. Because like I said, I hadn't been watching this dude, and some of the things I've heard him say, I'm like, yo, like, are you all right, man? Like the sexual innuendos that he uses are like so outlandish. It's like what? And so what that is just a continuation, like that. Those moments where he's like he was just choosing them to make
them fishing to see if it's still okay, or if you know if he can continue, if his secret is still cool with you or something.
No, it was just his has his way of like just like making people that are like unnecessary. So that was what that was.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you asked if that's the new Facebook page. He said yes it is, and you say okay, cool. He again inquires about your wife. He says she still has her business, right? I don't know why that's any of his business, but he wants to know about her business. You reply, she is focused on working for now, but the business is still happening. It just isn't the immediate focus. His reply is, I understand that. Okay. You guys wouldn't speak again until July 14th, when Larry Reed will reach out to you. He said, hey, Trey, I spoke to Mako, who is Shamako. Larry Reed's best friend. He said he saw you and you asked why I deleted you and consequently Ashley from my friends list. I explained I had LOLOL. Laughed out loud? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I'll hit you tomorrow. Nice chatting out. Nice speaking with you in March. That's what that's supposed to mean. To chat, and that we were supposed to chat when you were ready. I later had a vision the first week of May where I heard a combo you were a part of concerning me and the church that I would think that you would elect to have with me, especially because of our last communications on here on Facebook. I decided that same hour to unfriend you because it was clear that there was something definitely that needed to be discussed as I felt in March. But for some reason, you didn't want to talk directly to me. When Shamarko told me you asked, I felt I owed you an explanation, although I had rather you just inboxed me and asked me. But under the circumstances, I see why you didn't. As I said last time, I love you. I still care for you and hope the very best for you. And then he has a fuck you emoji. My. So let's talk about it. Why what was comical about this message? Why is he laughing in this message?
I mean, think about why he laughs when he talks about everything that's currently unfolding. It's the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he has conversations. Like I watched some of the response videos he's tried to do, or parts of them. I haven't watched all of them, but if you look at, like, this is a very serious accusation, right?
Mm-hmm.
If someone was accusing me of something so serious, ain't shit funny. When I'm talking about this particular thing, it's not funny, man, because it's a lie, right? It's a lie.
Absolutely.
If you're lying on me, I'm not gonna talk about it. Be laughing about it. Like I'm dialed in. Ain't nothing to laugh about. Like you're saying things that aren't true. Like I'm not laughing. You know what I'm saying? And him laughing is his way of, it's like a self-protect thing with him. Like he laughs to try to hide the how he's actually feeling. He try to laugh through it, like moment kick, or he'll try to turn it into like he flex with comedy. That's just a part. That's who he's always been. And so that's just an example of what I'm describing now in the message. That's just how he is, man. He deflects with comedy.
Larry Reed said that in his paywall video that he made in response, called Rumors, Lies, and Allegations, or something like that. He said that I'm sorry, hold on one second. He said that he had a vision. Okay. No, this is what he said. He said that these things happened to you, but it was another pastor that did it. He was alleged, and this happened to you before you came to his church. Did something happen to you before you came to his church by another pastor?
Nothing ever happened to me with any other pastor. He's lying. Like that. That's another deflection. This whole, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, to be honest, man. Prior to this,
Hello, you cut out. Lavontraye, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Cut out. You said prior to this?
Yeah, prior to me even coming to his church, I'd only been at two other churches in my entire life at that point. The first church was a old Baptist church in a little small town in North Carolina. And then the second church was in my hometown. And he actually knows this pastor. I've heard him speak about him negatively over and over again. I won't mention his name because I don't want to bring him in this, because he hasn't done anything like that. So
you never accused another pastor of anything?
Never.
Larry's the only one.
Only.
My. So you had agreed to have a conversation with Larry.
Hi guys, hello. I just can't believe this man. He says he doesn't want anything, but he goes on multiple platforms to humiliate Larry. I feel like he wants money. Um, Hi, guys. If you don't mind, let's check that like time. If you haven't hit that like, please let's hit that like so we can keep this party going. We want to keep this party going. Could my Bush babies and could you guys please just hit this like? And if you are new here, hit that subscribe. Like right now, hit that subscribe. We need 5 more likes. Could 5 of my Bush babies hit that like for me? Could 5 nice Bush babies hit the like? We would like to move forward. We like the if you liking the interview, and if you're not liking the interview, we're bringing it to you. And the likes are not moving at all. We need the likes to move. Let's move these likes. Come on now, hit that like, hit that like, hit that like, so we can move forward. A lot of creators, you know, they really. Oh, thank you, thank you. We need 3 more. We need 3 more nice people. Just three. Just 3 nice people up in them bushes to be nice and hit that subscribe. It was throwing that bussy at him. We need two, just 2 people, just 2 nice people, just 2 nice people. Just hit it. Get it. Just like, oh, forget it. Let me hit it. We just need 2 nice people, please, so we can move forward. We need one, just one more nice person, just one more nice person. Uh, don't forget, guys, Miss Ride is 20 people away from her goal. If you would like to help her get to her goal, please click on the link. We're waiting for one person, just one person. Hey, Demetrius, can you be the nice one and hit the like for me, please, Demetrius? I just need that one like so we can move forward. I appreciate that. And how's your day doing? But we need just one more like so we can move forward. Oh, you got to be right back to hit the like. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We made it. Now we shall carry on. Thank you, love. Appreciate that. Now let's get back into this interview. And don't forget to
About
hit that.
what
Don't forget to hit that subscribe. If you're new, hit that, get it over, hit that subscribe too. Woo woo woo.
I,
He said that you said that you would talk to him when you're ready in this message. He
no.
said, "Nice chatting with you in March. You were supposed to chat. We were supposed to chat when you were ready. I later had a vision the first week of May where I heard a convo you were a part of concerning me and the church that I think that you would elect to have with me, especially because of our last communication here on Facebook. Um, so you never to
Julie!
talk to Larry when you were ready."
No, so what he's alluding to is that initial message that you read when I said he reached out randomly and was like, I still love you and all that. That's what that was. So that's what he's referring to. Like we didn't
Thank
have
you.
any other
Oh, so
conversation
he
about
Thank
it.
you.
kind of opened
Thank
the
you.
door and then shut it in your face. Like, oh, if you ever need to talk, reach out to me. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then when you didn't reach out, he kind of deleted you.
No. So, well, in the context of what you're saying, like I can see why you're saying it in that way. But he opened the door, but I didn't really care to have no conversation with him about nothing
I
at
mean,
that
yeah,
point.
why would you? I mean, this is the guy that was molesting you. Like, why would you want to go there and talk to him alone or anything or any kind of communication? So
Yeah,
I totally understand. Again, he says, "I love you. I still care for you and hope the very best for you." Do you feel like that towards Larry?
Do I feel like what?
I mean, do you love Larry? You care for Larry and hope the best for him? I know you said earlier that you don't, but I mean, he's constantly saying this in every message.
Listen, man, like I said earlier, I don't have any feelings about this dude in any way. Like I don't have any thought about how I want his life to be. I don't want him
He
to
was
fail.
tapping
I
that.
don't want him to succeed. I don't care.
You
Like I
did.
don't care, bro. Like it's like
You ain't right.
I don't have any opinion about how his life is. As far as emotional, if I love him, like he's not present in my life in any way. Like it's like asking me if I love a stranger. Like I just don't care, bro.
Do you believe that he should be
Like
charged
that's what it
criminally?
is.
Do you believe that he should be charged criminally for the things that he did to you and others?
No, for sure, man. For sure, because it's criminal. I
Uh,
definitely do, man. I definitely do. Um, yeah, I do. I definitely do. Yeah.
so, if there was a case, maybe the feds picked this up, would you participate in the trial?
No, it's a fact.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your reply to Larry's is, "Hey, Reed. So it's clear that the convo I had with PB, who you said is Pastor Bryant Shamako,
Yeah.
was misrepresented. So let me clarify. I didn't ask him why you deleted me. I told him I noticed you deleted me. When I went to the messages, you and you, the message you, uh, when I went to message you a few weeks ago, okay, you don't owe me an explanation for anything you decide to do with your life. It's not that I was uncomfortable asking you why. I just wasn't interested. Uh, if deleting me and Ash is one of the things it takes to make your life more enjoyable, then I encourage it. Honestly, if a vision was enough, which I don't believe, for you to make in a moment decision to delete me from your social media without pursuing a
Finally going
conversation after
Zaza.
almost 10 years of relationship history, we were never as close as I wanted to believe all these years anyway, bruh. So let's stop right there. First, let's talk about the vision. Okay. Was Larry known to have visions? Does he have a lot of visions?
Yeah,
He
that was
got
like
in.
so. That was the nature of the church, man. It was a very spooky spiritual environment in terms of uh, every major change that would happen in the church, it would begin with a vision. The
My,
church
my,
moved
my.
around several times. Even moving to Atlanta, the church when the church moved to Atlanta, was supposed to move to Atlanta. It all started from a vision. When the church moved from uh, Fayetteville to Raleigh, it started with a vision. Everything always started with, and he would give it a spiritual connotation, and go from there. So yeah, that was very very prevalent at that time.
My. So these
My,
visions,
my, my.
did they oftentimes come true?
Yeah. A lot of times they would come true. I mean, yeah, I can't take that from him. Like he does have a gift when it comes to like seeing things spiritually and that kind of thing. Yeah, so a lot of times it would come true.
My. Maybe this was the vision he was having. Um, you go on to say, you don't believe the vision, and you don't like the spare the moment decision that he made, to delete, uh, to delete you from your social media, without pursuing a conversation after almost 10 years of relationship history. Um, you so you feel as though he should have reached out to you.
Yeah, at that, like in response to what he was saying, he's saying that he had a vision, right, which is some bullshit, right?
Mhm.
The idea of that, like you have a dream about something. It's like you have a dream, right? So you have a dream that the mailman shot you, right? And the next day you get up, and as soon as you see the mailman, you already pointing your gun at him because you had a dream that he shot you, right? That's essentially what he did. So he had this dream that I did something and responded to the dream if it was if it was reality. And what I told him, I said, based on what you're saying is bullshit. Like you can't tell me you had a dream and off the dream alone that was enough for you to say okay, I'm going to delete them from my friend list. And that's why I said in the quotations, which I don't believe. I don't believe he just had a dream. He was already feeling the way, which is cool. Like, and above
his dreams and his visions, that's was his way of manipulating the people in the church and young
facts.
boys.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Everything was given a spiritual basis. Everything surrounding the things that happened with he and I was given a spiritual basis. Had it not been, I wouldn't have been with it in any way. He had to give it a spiritual basis. He gave it like the spiritual thing. And
yeah, he said that God wanted him to. God gave him the what he said. This is how God, has with God gave him this to give to help people in this way, type of thing. I forget his exact words. This is gonna come to me in a second. The wording that he used, but yeah, he definitely was putting it in a biblical context on the show. You go on to say that you guys were not as close as you wanted. What did you want the relationship between you and Larry to be like?
Yeah, so you got to read that with the right context. So read that full sentence again, and I'll respond to it.
Okay, you said you were never as close as you wanted to believe all the years anyway, bruh. How did you want to believe that your relationship was? What did you believe?
I guess you got to read the sentence above that one and that one, right?
Because
okay. Like if
I'm gonna read it all
if
together. I'm gonna read it all together, and then I'm gonna allow you to respond. Yes, I'm gonna read it all together. I'm gonna allow you to respond. Okay? Yes, he did. He said, "For you to make an in-the-moment decision to delete me from your social media without pursuing a conversation after almost 10 years of relationship history, we were never as close as I wanted to believe all these years anyway, bruh."
Right. So it wasn't a matter of me wanting a certain type of closeness. It was just that I was responding, and it like with his response, it kind of redefined what I thought our relationship was in terms of that father-son thing. If for you to say that a son to you and you're like a dad to me, a dream isn't going to cause you to delete someone from from your friend list or etc. Right?
Absolutely.
A dream alone, and so that was the point I was making. Like if a dream alone can say, oh, "Okay, yeah, well, I had this dream, so I need to delete you," like that doesn't sound like.
Yeah, things started clicking for you too. Your vision started to become clear as well. When he deleted you, you started to realize like this father-son dynamic is bullshit.
Yeah, for sure.
And you started to think back of, and you realized like you had been molested.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I totally understand that. So let's get through these messages. You go on to say, you don't owe me anything. Even your explanation for why you deleted us agrees with my logic. You were able to rationalize that a conversation needed to happen, and in response to that rationalization, you decided deleting us was best. That's not the way you respond in a relationship that has value to you. At least that's what you told me. I'm not sure what you meant by under the circumstances. I see why you didn't. I was never aware of a circumstance being created. We don't talk. My initial intent for wanting to inbox you was to let you know I forgive you. The last 18 months have taught me a lot about my relationship with myself and every other relationship in my life. I have had to swallow some really hard truths. One of them is the fact that for the past 7 years, I have assisted in helping you believe that you did not molest me as a teenager. You have probably already internalized this on some level, but never enough to apologize. So I did the work for you. I don't need it though. So you basically are saying here that Larry molested you, and for the past 7 years, you had been helping him internalize that this was okay, and he never apologized for it. And the very next message, Larry's response is, I've apologized until I'm blue in the face. He's apologizing in the very next message, and we're going to get into it in just a moment. But I want to speak to some of the stuff that you said here. How did you help Larry internalize that it was okay what he did to you?
So when the Eddie Long situation happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember having conversations with him, and the guilt that I could see on his face, right? And like I said, keep in mind, this is a very cultish environment. This is the culture of this church is very cultish at the time, where the mental manipulation. If you haven't been in the type of environment that I'm talking about, you're not going to really be able to understand what I'm saying when I say this. But like it was very, very, very cultish, very cultish, very, very cultish, and so when the Eddie Long scenario happened, I can remember having conversations with him and seeing the look on his face, and it would be like this guilt thing, right? And we would have conversations about the exchanges that he and I had. And because of how I viewed him and how I viewed him specifically, and then also how I viewed what actually had taken place, because I viewed it as a spiritual thing. Like I remember like encouraging him in a way, like, no, don't, because he was having like feelings like man, like I seemed like the same thing I did. I remember him actually saying that to me. That's kind of like, that seemed like what I did. And so I remember saying to him, I'm like, no, like it's like our situation was different. It wasn't that. It was a spiritual thing. It wasn't that. And so because I was so influenced by the culture of what at that time, that's what that statement. I've helped you to believe that you did it. When the reality is you really did. You really did, but you just put it under the umbrella of spirituality. And so that was why I responded that way.
No, man. That's crazy. And you sound very intelligent, and very smart. Why do you feel like this happened to you?
This happened to me simply because I was impressionable, and I didn't have my dad in my life. That's what happened. That's what happened. I was impressionable, and I didn't have my dad in my life.
And you said that your dad is in your life now. This actually has brought you and your dad closer, correct? What is your dad? How does your dad feel about Larry Reid and what happened?
Man, I won't even speak on that, man. Yeah, I ain't even gonna speak on that. But you know what? He feels like a father would feel.
For
I say it
always
like that.
supporting, always
You
supporting.
dig? Like he feels like a father would feel. So.
Hey, Madam Red
Absolutely.
Bone.
So
Baby.
Larry goes on to say on July 15th, in response to your statement, that he never really cared that much. Wait, that he molested you. So you say that because this is the video. I'm reading from the video. I haven't screenshotted it or nothing yet. It says, so for the past 7 years, you assisted in helping Larry believe that he did not molest you. Okay. Larry goes on, and then you also say that he never apologized. Okay. So Larry goes on to say, in response, I admit that after the vision, I should have reached out, but because you didn't reach out after our last communication, I figured something was up, but I waited. The dream was confirmation of the energy, and now this email,
Really sorry to hear
that's
that.
why I elected to just delete and move on, because I felt you weren't interested in combo. At that point, that was my presumption. This isn't your fault. It was what I elected to do. And that wasn't the best thing to do because it told you and her something about how I felt concerning both of you. That wasn't true. Oh, and if I misrepresented what Shamarko said, then put that on me and not him. As far as me and you and our relationship, we have talked and re-talked, but clearly we should have talked more. The last few months for me wouldn't You wouldn't believe the things I see so clearly now, and that many mistakes. I've apologized till I'm blue in the face, publicly and individually. When the universe afforded the opportunity to talk to people personally and vice versa, hopefully one day you will want to talk. What does Larry want to talk to you about?
I mean, well, you tell me what you want to talk to me about. What's your take from that?
I
You
mean,
reading the message. What does he want to talk about?
it seems like he wants to talk about your relationship. And you guys have talked and re-talked and talked and talked and talked. To me, it seems like you guys are talking and talking and re-talking about the molestation.
So this whole okay. So if someone says to you that you've done these things to them, if it's not true at all, right? If it's not true, there's no truth to it at all. Why in the hell am I saying that I've in response to you saying the things that you're saying I've done to you? I'm now acknowledging that I've made so many mistakes. I'm now acknowledging that I've apologized until I was blue in the face. And I'm saying things like, hopefully one day you'll want to talk.
I know, right, Geechee?
That's not somebody that you believe is lying. Like, you know what I'm saying? You yourself, is you responded to this, right? And
Absolutely. If somebody said that I'm gonna listen to them, I would absolutely there would be no response. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And here he is saying that, I apologize.
exactly.
I've been apologizing. We've talked about this. I apologized to you. We talked about this. Has he apologized to you? You're saying that he didn't apologize to you. You said I've apologized till I'm blue in the face to you and everybody else.
I'm gonna tell you what that is, man.
Meaning that there's also this means that there's more than one victim. There's more than one person. He said, I apologize to you and everybody else.
Facts. And that, like, him wanting to, and to be completely honest, I actually, when he sent me this message, for a second, I considered, I said, well, maybe I should go link up with him and we have an actual discussion. I considered it for a second. And I talked to my wife about it.
Because you forgave him.
It was that was the whole reason of me reaching out to him. I'm like, I said I've come into terms of what this was, and I'm gonna choose to forgive you for me, right? And so after this conversation on in the messages, I talked to my wife. I said, maybe I should link up with him so I can look at him in the face. You dig? And my wife, in her infinite wisdom, she said, you don't owe him that. And he doesn't deserve an opportunity to look at you in the face, because what's going to happen is he's going to try to do the same shit he's been doing all these years. He's going to try to emotionally manipulate you. That's what that was the whole reason of why he sent me his number. He wanted to control the situation. And honestly, I feel like that's why he kept me close to him even after the fact. When I got older, he kept me around so he could control the way I viewed the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And so that was what that was. That was why he wanted to talk. He wanted to try to mentally manipulate me. He even attempts to do it now. Like he'll say certain things. He used to call me Lavontraye, right? That was his nickname for me. And like back home where I'm from, my family, some of my family call me the same thing. And he'll say that, and he'll say stuff like, I still love him and all that. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like what he's trying to do is he's trying to like plant seeds of like, well, if he still is the same person that he was back then, if I say certain things, it'll pull on his heart in a way that makes him reconsider what he's saying. Now you're dealing with a different nigga.
And a lot of
that ain't what that is, man. That ain't what that is. I'm not that guy.
I'm
not that guy, bro.
I know that's right. And a lot of the interviews, I catch him talking direct to you. I guess he has no access to you now.
Nah, at all.
After that last message where he apologized to you, he sent you a few more messages, and it seems as though you weren't responding to him. He says, had a few typos, misspelled a few words because I responded quickly. When you get time, let's meet up. to talk. I stay near Lenox Mall. He sent his number. He said, this is my private cell on July 26th. Mind you, this is sometime after. He says, hey, Vontraye, thought of you. I know you were enjoying doing all of what you're doing. It's certainly part of the dream you've dreamed. Big ups. Mind you, this is after Lavontraye has told him, you molested me.
Facts.
You molested me. Hey, Vontraye, thought of you. What the fuck is you thinking about?
What is you thinking about?
What is on your mind? You need to get help, sir.
Exactly.
You're like, what are you thinking about? That would really, really ruffle my feathers. Like, does it bother you? Did that bother you at that time? Like, did it make you feel, were you creeped out? Like, I'm thinking of you, Lavontraye.
At the time, I can't remember what the experience was with reading it, but my eyes were so open to who he was. I just knew where to put it. I said, I see what you're doing, nigga. I see what you're doing. Like, you're doing the same thing that you've been doing, right? And so I remember this was actually right before I moved to Atlanta. One of the last sermons I heard him preach. He did a sermon about witch pastors, right? And this is something I've said on other platforms as well. If you just listen to Larry talk, he gonna expose himself, man, over and over again. If you just listen to him with sober ears, man, like if you just listen, he gonna tell on himself every time. That's just who he is. I don't know. He's an Aquarius.
Now, I don't know what's true and what's not true, but you have to remember he was an underage child with a grown man. And as he stated, I was a young boy who did not have a father figure. And Larry is supposed to be a man of God. So he looked for him to be his father, a father figure, because that's what kids want. So sometimes we have to, like, until we find out who's right or wrong, we know what sound like, but sometimes we got to be a little censored on that. I mean, you guys can say what you want, but we don't know, but we do know he was an underage young boy, and we do know that Larry Reid did take advantage of them. So if you can't say, oh, they was together, they was love, even if they was, that was a young boy. He was underage. So which way you try to put it, he tried to take advantage of him. And for somebody to outright go on different platforms, who cares? People got to understand, it's their story to tell. If they could go on 50 million platforms, and Larry Reid gave him a cease and desist, but Larry Reid did not. I haven't seen no court papers. Maybe there is. I don't know. But for slander, defamation of character, and all that stuff, I have not. Have anybody seen Larry Reid with any court papers? Hey, Fundi, what's up, my YouTube sister? I don't know. I'm catching up like you guys are catching up. I'm catching up. So I'm glad that he came on T-Pain's page, so we able to hear the interview, because I wasn't paying to hear the interview on Tasha K. So I'm just glad that we're able to hear the interview. So we will continue.
So I think he doesn't want to be who he is. That's his way of like self-soothing. You dig? Like he'll tell the truth a little bit. So he's like, I'm not completely a bad person. I'm just, he'll try to re-represent whatever the thing is. So it's like comfortable for him, and it's because it feels better to him. It's more digestible. He's more digestible for himself, right? And so one of the things that he talked about in this environment was how pastors,
See, this is why you guys got to stop coming to class late. Then I got to stop and answer a question that was answered already. Geechee, he already said they live in two different states. He did press charges. They live in two different states. For all the different court appearances and stuff, it was costly. It was costing a lot of money. But he's willing to still go and testify. But at that point, it's going to be what his word against his word because a lot of time has passed. And the same way a woman, and I'm just speaking in general, I don't know the story, but just like certain women, they tell their stories way, some people tell it way long in life. You know, some people tell their stories when they grown. Some of them tell them you can't tell. It's like you can't tell somebody when to tell their story. So now we see that same rule applies to men. You know why he not in jail? He said because they're in two different states. One is in Atlanta, one is in North Carolina. You know he's trying to get his life together. This is what we're trying to see if anybody else is going to come out. That's what I'm waiting to see. Kichi. Is it any others or is it just him? Is he the special one? Is he the special one? And again, this is all coming from me. Alleged. This is all alleged coming from me. I don't know. You guys can say what you want. I can't say what I want. You think there are two other ones? Okay. I've never been into preachers like that. I never knew nothing about until the other YouTubers. I've seen him a couple of times, but now, oh boy, when he was going at it with the other pastor who was quote unquote got robbed. That's when I really started hearing about that. Oh, thank you, Julie. She is so sweet. She support the tea, baby. She get the tea, the coffee. She support the coffee fund. Thank you so much. So we're gonna finish listening to this story, and I don't want to keep stopping because I don't want you guys to miss anything. I want you to hear everything.
They'll use praise and affirmation to control you. So they'll talk about how great you are, how amazing you are, all with the intentions of, as long as I'm praising you, I'm able to control you.
And then when he lost control, he started claiming that you was smelly and dirty and all these other things.
Exactly. That's all that is, man. And so to come back to the context of what you just asked, him reaching out in that way, that was his way. That was just one of his tactics of like, I'm still here. Like I'm still me. Nah, it's over with. It's over with. So that's why my responses were very limited and just straight to the point. Like, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm good on you, man. Like, I'm good on you. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
What is he talking about when he says thought of you? I know you're enjoying doing all of what you're doing. It's certainly a part of the dream you've dreamed. Big ups. What were you doing? What dream is he talking about?
Well, I'm a musician, man. So I've been doing music for a while now. So yeah, I'm a full-time musician. So that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay, so he's seeing you like on the road in a band or something like that, and he was like, big ups, type of thing. You said, thanks, man. I'm definitely enjoying it. So much more to be done. Okay, so it sounds like you're living your best life, and he kind of just reaching out, and you're like, thanks. He reaches out again on July 28th. He says, hey Trey, About to send you something. I copied and pasted to a few people. Give me some feedback after you check it out. I want to know what you think. It is, hey, this is Reed. I want to share this with you ever since.
Now, the one thing I don't understand, if that's your abuser, it's too much. It's too much talking going on. You understand what I'm saying? Even though I don't care, I mean, there's nothing to talk about. I don't even understand why they're text messages. That's just my opinion. Like I said, I don't know that man experience, but I'm like, somebody's been violated. Not saying that he wasn't, because I have to speak politically correct. But that's too much conversation. And then, how would he know you got a wife? How did he know you got a wife? How would he shouldn't know nothing about you? Once you got out of Dodge, you should have stayed out of Dodge. Why is there conversations going on? There is no forgiveness. You just don't forgive people, but now you want justice. So I forgive you, but I want justice. I forgive you, but I want to tell everybody about you. But I forgive you though. So if you forgive somebody, you leave it alone. I'm just saying. I don't know how. Like, it's a too many emails. I'm like, it should be none at all. I'm violated. I have nothing to say to you. You give me nightmares and tremors and all that other stuff. There is no nothing. And who cut who off? And who cut that? Who gives a heck? Who cares? Who cares? And then you got that save from 2018. I don't know what his age is now, but as I'm listening, I'm like, well, damn, y'all, it's a lot of text messages here. How did he even have your number? How did he get? Is this the same? You got the same old number from back then? Like, how does he get your number? How do you guys follow each other? How is there anything? Some said the church. No, yeah, a lot of people said the church was like the cult, but he never stated that he stayed in there. And he just saying he got things happened to him, but he never said that he was in the cult part, the cult section. Uh, Thank you, Julie. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, sister. But I'm just saying, as you listening to this, it doesn't mean that he's telling a tale. What I'm saying is he needed to go get help or something, because this Stockholm syndrome is something else. Yeah, she made it rain, baby. This Stockholm syndrome is something else. You still have a conversation with your abuser. But let's just go. Let's just go. I'm just saying.
I wanted to share this with you ever since 2014. Hold on a second. Ever since 2014. Um, as he had even prior, God has spoke to me and to you about his mind toward the world and the part we play, the clarity, direction, and understanding of what he said was discerned. Now it can be. Now it can be. Take about 30 minutes and watch all these links and then speak with God and yourself about them. There's something here for us to see. I've seen it and I got it this morning. The links are in order. So then he sends you a bunch of links to scriptures. It looks like some of them are his sermons. He says the last video I want you review is from February 2006. Let me finish school. Okay, because it's not me, y'all. I promise it's not me. Larry is illiterate or something. This just don't make no damn sense. I'm trying to put it together. It's not me. I promise you. It says explains what would happen in our soul on a personal level during this period. When the soul is being worked, life takes turns and twists that teach lessons, cause discovery of core self and much more. I think that process some have gotten lost in. Hopefully this video and also make things clear that weren't before. What's he trying to make clear to you?
I don't even know, man.
Did
Like
you
I
watch the
didn't.
videos?
Hell nah, man. Like, what? Like, no, like at all, man. Like when he sent it to me, I'm like, bro, like I'm not looking at this shit, man. Like at the time, I remember like I talked to my wife about it. I'm like, yo, why is he even sending me this, bro? Like I didn't look at. This is my hand to God, bro. I didn't look at one of them videos, man. To this day. I've never, and like what that was though, if you notice how he said I sent it to a select few. Mm-hmm. So he has this way of like he was still reaching. He was trying to make me feel like I was still a part of his circle. So he like, I only sent it to a few people. You know, you were one of those people that I wanted to share this with, and because that's just what he's always done. Like he'll have a thought about something, and he'll create a private message group and send it to only a few people, right? And I was always one of those people. And so that was just his attempt of like trying to communicate to me suggestively that you're still like one of those people that I view, you know, and that's close to me enough to like, I want to hear your opinion about this. Nah, man. Like I was at that point, like I said, my eyes were open in a way that they had never been. And I'm like, I'm good, man. I don't care about nothing you're talking about. I'm good.
I know that's right. You said even though you said that you did not watch it, you responded, cool, I'll watch it when I get off. He says, you working and gigging, you're a boss.
See what I'm saying? That goes back to that praising thing, right? I'm like, if I'm trying to praise you so I can control you. Fuck out of here, man.
Absolutely. Your response is just trying to do what's necessary to secure my family, man. He said, listen, that is that man stuff. You should be proud of yourself. Clap, clap, clap. My. So, you know, additional praises because, you know, you're taking care of your family. The very family he didn't want you to have.
Nah, facts, yeah.
Let's talk about the interview a little bit. You told Tasha K that he came up to you and your wife one day when you were leaving church and said that he had a vision that you and your wife were about to birth something unclean.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Like looking back, it's just like, yo, this cat is like it's crazy. And that was a situation where it was I know what it is. It was his way on that mental control thing again.
Yeah, he was jealous.
I won't say it was jealousy. Or maybe it was. I don't know. The way he views me isn't how I viewed him. You dig?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I don't view him as my lover type shit. It wasn't that's not how I viewed it. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know how he viewed it. I don't know if he viewed it in that way. So I mean that context should be considered. You know what I'm saying? I don't know though, you know, but it was for me like the way I heard it was like it was just like a way of like trying to mentally control me again, like, and because I hadn't been gone for about 10 months at that point from the church. About 10 months at that point, and first time coming back to the church since they kicked us out, right? And that was the first thing he said to me after the service was over. Like, you know, y'all need to come back to the church. This whole narrative of we begged to come back to the church and all that. Like my mom was begging and all that. It's bullshit, man. Never happened. Never. Like all of that begging, all that, he's completely lying. Never happened. It was the reason that we came back was actually because of that. Like I trusted him that much. Still, even out of consideration of what had happened, it was just the culture at the time that like if he says certain things, like he knows if he gives it like this spiritual thing, like that'll prick your heart in a way to like, okay, I need to listen. You know what I'm saying?
At the time, you believed him.
At the time, I believed him. I believed him, and the way I interpreted what he meant was like I thought we were gonna have a child that God didn't approve of. That was the way I heard it at the time. You dig? And so When he said it, he was like, "Yeah, y'all need to come back because you're about to birth something unclean." And out of consideration of that and just trusting that, because he's always presented himself as the voice of God for my life. You know what I'm saying? Like if God, he's even said that if God wanted to speak to me, he would say it to him, and then he would relay it to me. That was how God spoke to me. You know what I'm saying? He could, I'm not available for him to speak to me directly, I guess. But that would be kind of the context. Like, if God wants to talk to you, he'll say it to me, and I'll communicate it to you. And so, because I was still drinking that Kool-Aid, I trusted what he said, and we came back.
Now, do you and your wife have kids now?
We don't have children. No.
So, do you feel like Larry's statements kind of, is the reason why you guys don't have kids today?
Nah, he ain't got no much power. He can't control that.
Just don't want kids at this time. You guys have been together for a while.
No, it's just, it's some things. Life happens. We've lost. We've had a miscarriage before. So it's not that we're not wanting children. It just hadn't happened before yet. Is all.
Okay, it's not in God's plan right now.
Yeah, when it happens, we'll be grateful and excited about it. But at this point, it just hasn't presented itself full, all the way through. So, yeah.
Okay, and let's talk about Shamarko. You said that Shamarko. Okay, and Shamarko is I really feel like he really, really, really failed you. I know that you still care a lot about Shamarko, but you came to Shamarko and you told him what was going on, and he called you a liar.
Oh, you said I still care a lot about Shamarko?
Well, I mean, that's what you said in the first interview. You said you didn't want to talk about Shamarko because you still love Shamarko or something like that.
No, I don't recall that, brother.
Okay. What are your feelings about Shamarko?
I put him in the same category, man. As Reed, honestly, man. It's the same people, bro. They all in the same. Anybody from that camp, with the exception of Shamarko's wife, the one that he was married to. He's not married to it now. And I think I've even heard people. I hadn't seen it directly, but I've heard people say, Latrice is what I'm talking about, that she said things negatively about me. But I know what that is too, and because of what our relationship was when I was younger, like I could never say anything bad about her, man. Even with her saying, I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard people say that she said things about me negatively. Like even if she has, I still can't have nothing but love her, just because of how I viewed her then, and because, like I said, that whole enemy thing with Reed, like my enemy is your enemy, and then he pays all of them, like them deciding to choose sides with me, then that would be them sacrificing their lifestyle. You dig? That would be them sacrificing their lifestyle, and they're not going to do that for me. You know what I'm saying? None of them. You know what I'm saying? So.
Absolutely. Are they all helping Larry take advantage of young boys?
I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean,
is it an organization? Is it some sort of organized crime? Why are they all protecting Larry? What do they all have to do with it? Were they around? Did they help facilitate what happened with you or anyone else? Does he have someone standing at the door? Like,
I'm telling you, that's what it is. I don't know about no organized crime, and then I don't know, like, no context like that. I wouldn't assume that. But what I do know is that the ones that are speaking out is because they're afraid not to. Like I said, like if you're close to Reed, this is just the culture of what it is to be a friend to Reed closely. If he has an issue, this is what it was, right? And it's clearly playing out to be the same way. If he has an issue with someone and they're being vocal about whatever that issue is with him, if you don't come to his defense, then he automatically like makes you feel like you're not loyal, right? And so the only way that they can convince him of their loyalty is to speak negatively about me because of what's happening right now. what I'm saying? So this is their way of like, no, I'm still loyal. You know, you keep paying me, please. You know, keep. I don't want to lose my lifestyle. I'm still loyal to you. You know, and that's all it is, man. That's all it is. They like he pays all of them. He pays all of them. You dig? So it's like, nah, they're not gonna sacrifice their life for me. You know what I'm saying?
How is Larry paying for all of them and their lifestyles?
They all work for him. Who specifically are you talking about? You talking about Shamako? Almost I've heard speak.
Marco, his wife, Kendo, or all of them. Like, you know, there was a lot of them that had, you know, some disparaging things to say about you. I also seen a video of you saying like, what lifestyle? Like, there was no penthouse. Like, you know, he's not really equipped like that. So, you know, you don't really have a reason to be mad. So, you know, when Larry talks about the lifestyle and taking care of all of these people, what is he talking about? Does he really have a lot of money? Does he really, you know, up in penthouses? Is he got all these people up, you know, in sky rises or buying them houses? Like, what's going on?
So you got to keep in context. Like, I haven't been in this. He hasn't been in my life. I haven't been in his life in years. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm describing is the timeline that I was in his life and he was in my life. So like whatever it is now, I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay attention enough to know. But what I'm describing is the time frame that I was around. So that's the only thing I can speak to is when I was around. Right now, I do know that Shamako, I do know that Kendall, I do know that Latrice, they're all on his payroll. I do know that. I don't know who else has spoken out. Lisa is just, oh my God, that's like a whole nother something. But she's the mother of his children. You dig? So like, and she lives in the house with him.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, like, of course he's gonna be.
Shamako was crying, especially when Shamako was telling the story about how you came to him and told him how Larry did the things to you. He started crying. He was really emotional during that, and you could kind of tell like it was something more to it, something he wasn't saying. But he called you a liar.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Shamako, I could care less about him, bro. To be at this point in my life, I loved him to death, though. I did. I loved him to death. I've said that a few times, so maybe that's what you were referring to earlier. Like I've said, I loved him to death. I really viewed him like a pops. You know what I'm saying? Like I really viewed him like that. And Shamako is so weak-minded, man. That's something that I've always hated about him, even back then. Like the way that he allows Reed to manipulate him is crazy. And he's just one of those, I don't know, he's broken in a different way. And so he's
a lover, Reed. Is he one of the men that you will see in the room with Reed?
I would say emphatically that Shamako is in love with Reed. To the extent I said this on another platform as well. Like Shamako, the Latrice, the one they married, and they're not married now. He and I would have conversations. This is after this. I'm married at this point, right? And I would have to defend her to him. Like he would say like some of the craziest things about his wife to me. And because of how I felt about her, I'm like, yo, like nah. Like I would always bring it back to like, no, it's you. It's you. Like, nah, like don't talk about her in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and furthermore, I'm like, why you even feel comfortable even talking to me about her in that way? You know what I'm saying? We would have several conversations like that. I'm like, nah, man, like, nah, you ain't gonna do that. I'm not even gonna repeat it because I don't even like some of the stuff that he would say is I have that much respect for her. Like I wouldn't even repeat some of this because she didn't deserve it. Even then, she didn't deserve it.
What about God and the Bible? Why would nobody ever refer back to what God said? Why was it always what Larry said? You know, like, you know, there's a lot, you know, in the Bible about marriage and relationships. You know, why was nobody was the Bible when he would preach? Was the Bible being used? Would he read from the Bible?
Yeah, So he got something. Let me see. Yeah and no. Like I remember a period where like when the iPads first came out, he would just use his iPad. But even like he had his own interpretation of the Bible, right? And so like he would read like, okay, this is the King James version. But then he was compiling his own Bible at one point. I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but he would say, this is the King James version, and then this is the Larry Reed version of whatever the context was. And so yeah, man, like if whatever Reed said, like during the space that I was around, like that was the Bible. You dig? Like that was God. You know what I'm saying? Like if he said it, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what the space was at the time. Yeah. But let me circle back though to Shamako, because I want to say this as well, because this is what the reality is. When you ask me if he's in love with him, I absolutely believe that, because he said to me that if he had to choose between his wife living or Reed living, he would choose Reed. This is when he was married. He said, if I got to pick one to die, he said, I can't live without Reed. I can't live without him. And it ain't a person breathing that I would choose over my wife. Nobody. Like nobody, man.
I know that's right.
To hear him say that, even then, because I was married at the time. I love my wife then just as strong as I do now. You dig? And so to hear him say that about his wife from a husband's perspective, I'm like, wow. Like you would choose a man over your wife?
Hey sis, what's up, Doc?
It was like, yeah, man. So like
hey, baby.
To further my point, like I for sure believe he's in love with Larry, man. For sure.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So moving forward, you know, you're gonna continue to share your story, or what's next for Lavontraye?
Man, I'm just out here living, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever presents itself, it presents itself. I'm not looking for anything in particular.
I feel like there's gonna be some sort of documentary or something. Very much so surviving, something coming soon.
Yeah, man. If it presents itself, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. My main reason for wanting to even have this conversation was for accountability, man. It's not about vengeance. It's not about, like, if I wanted vengeance, then y'all wouldn't even know I existed. You know what I'm saying? And he probably wouldn't exist no more if that's what it was on. Like, this ain't about vengeance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be loud to get vengeance. This was about accountability.
Yes, vengeance is the Lord. Okay, and you know, Larry knows that, and I feel like that's why he tried to, you know, get in front of this situation by, you know, reaching out to all these bloggers. If you could say something to all of those people who slandered you and talk bad about you and your wife, and you know, shamed you for, you know, standing in your truth, what would you say to them?
I would say to them, I would say to them, well, let me. It's a lot that I would say to them.
We got time.
It's a lot that I would say. I mean, one of the things that I was actually recently having a conversation with my wife about concerning this situation is the idea of like toxic masculinity, right? We've all heard that term before.
Mm-hmm.
And what people don't realize is what I'm currently experiencing is one of the things that causes toxic masculinity. Here I am as a heterosexual male describing things that happened to me sexually as a teenager with a male. And because I'm having the conversation, people are taking the opportunity to use that against me to say that I'm a gay. I'm closeted gay because I've experienced these things, and they don't realize that when you do that, you create. If I was a different kind of individual, if I actually wasn't healed through this, right? If I hadn't done the work prior to having this conversation, this could translate into me becoming an abusive husband, because now I'm trying to convince myself that I'm not gay, so I have to be overly masculine as a way to convince myself. When the reality is, this is something that happened to me as a teenager, and it wasn't a scenario that I pursued. It was a very manipulative thing, and I don't think people really consider that, like the whole idea of like this toxic masculinity thing. This is a part of it. Men they hide their emotions for this reason. They hide their feelings for this reason, because you take our vulnerability and use it as a weapon. So now I'm gonna show you can't play with me. I'm gonna beat you in your fucking face because I'm a man, right?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's where that toxic masculinity thing comes from. So people you have to be careful with how you handle these kind of situations, because the reality, I'm not out here trying to convince nobody I'm not gay. I know I'm not gay. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not. That's not a battle for me. I'm not out here trying to windmill about me not being gay. If you feel like I'm gay, then you live with that. I know.
Hey, Saul Seca. What's up, sis? Saul Shaker. YouTube is not letting you put your comments up. You have to watch what you say in the comments. YouTube is monitoring your comments. So don't be like nobody took your comments down, but you use profanity in one, then you put UA in another, and YouTube censored it. So if you don't see your comment up there, just know that is YouTube. And guys, please watch how you put stuff in the chat. Well, he got a wife, so he was a kid though. You gotta remember, he was a kid. No, you did cuss. You said sit your ass down. You said sit your ass. So yeah, you did curse. Just that YouTube caught it, but I can see it on my end. You can't see it on your end, but I see it on my end. And I just don't want none of my Mars getting blamed for doing it. But God, you know the routine already. Everybody know this YouTube rules. YouTube is not playing about these curse words and stuff. And you know, the same. Even the one when you say he's A, I guess they got that one too. So be very careful. And that goes for everybody. But let me see what my likes went out. Let me see what my likes are at. Oh no, we got at least. Can we get 3 likes? Can we get 3 likes, please? Can we get 3 likes? We only need 3 likes. That's it. We need 3 likes to move forward. We need 2. Can 2 nice people, just 2 nice people, hit that like so we can move forward, please? I only need 2. Just 2. 1. I only need 1 more. I only need 1 more nice person to hit that like. 1 nice person in the bushes, please. Be nice and hit that like. Just 1. We waiting for just 1. Just 1. Oh, thank you to that nice couple of people. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Booney. Thank you, darling. And don't forget, guys, I gotta hit you up, Booney. I'm gonna be doing on my other channel. I'm gonna be doing interviews and stuff, and on my other channel, um, I'm trying to get everybody together so we can have a nice show with people doing their products and stuff like that. And don't forget, guys, Booney Fee, she got some good old fashioned alcohol, baby, that she makes herself. You need to check out that website. And if you use Sugar Love, you get 10% off your order. You will get 10% off of your order. I mean, she got a lot of other things too. But in case you want to get some different flavors that's gonna make your mouth go and then pass out. Check out Foofy Fee. Somebody drop her link to her website. And don't forget, put in put and don't forget, Miss Leo, when you do buy it, don't forget to put in Sugar Love, Miss Leo, so you can get that 10% off. And if you get something from Miss Leo on here, put Sugar Love in the code too. She might hook you up. She might hook you up.
So a woman that's I've been with for 13 years that know I ain't getting in a lot of different ways.
I know that's right.
So like they could kill that, man. Like they could kill that. It's funny to me, man. It's funny to me, man. But yeah, man, that's still in my mind. Recently, we were just having this conversation yesterday, man, my wife. So that's freshly in my mind. But yeah, man, just I think the most appropriate response, man, is just to be quiet, man. Like if you don't know for sure, just be quiet. Like to suggest that somebody when they're describing certain things that have happened to them, and then you're bashing them for describing experiences that have happened to them, like that's horrible, man. That's horrible. That's horrible. So yeah, man. And I would also say keep it on me. Keep it on me.
Absolutely.
Don't bring up my family, man.
Yeah.
Keep it on me. I can handle that. I can handle that. Keep it on me. Don't bring my family into this stuff.
Yeah, I don't like how they was bringing up your wife and your family, and they was just making it. You could tell that they was just making up stuff. Like when she was saying that your wife was a liar, she couldn't even think of anything. Like she would say that I said it. Like, girl, shut up.
You talking about Lisa?
Lisa, yeah,
Bruh. Man, we have messages right now from Lisa talking about Reed, man. Right now. Like right now, bro. Like Lisa is one of those. She's one of those. She's just as broken as Schmacko is.
And is there a reason that you guys are holding on to some of the stuff? Are you saving it for court or something? Or
It's not even a matter of holding on to it. It's just there. Like it just was never deleted. Like from like Instagram, Facebook, and that kind of thing. It's not even the thing of just holding on to it. It's just it was just never deleted. Is all.
Yes, absolutely. And at this time, I just want to say that, we really appreciate you for coming through the home of the lituation, Lavontraye. We respect you so much here and just commend you for, being bold and standing in your truth. I know that this is taking a lot to do, to work, to go through the steps and to be able to speak out, the society that we live in, like you said, they condemn men for speaking out about things like this. A lot of people aren't as strong and as bold and don't have the wife and the relationship that you have. So I just we want to thank you, you know what I'm saying, because this needs to be said, because Larry needs to be stopped. There's another content creator out here whose cousin alleged alleges that Larry raped him. And this content creator has been keeping it a secret this whole time. Another content creator had to record them without their consent just to get the information, just to get to the truth. So, you're not the only victim of Larry. There's other people out there that are alleging that Larry did much, much worse things to them. So, I mean, this needed to be said, and this definitely needed to come out.
No, for sure, man. And that's really what it was about. That's really what it was about, man. It was just about accountability and really for himself, man. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be accountable for himself, man. Shout out to my man, Daryl Moore.
Yeah,
Let
shout out to
me
Daryl
pause,
Moore,
man.
okay?
Shout out to Daryl Moore, man. And condolences to his mom, man. She just passed as well.
Oh, wow.
But,
condolences.
Yeah. Condolences to him, brother. His mom just passed. But yeah, shout out to you, man. I ain't got nothing but respect for you and love, bro. But yeah, it needed to be said, man. Because there's no telling how many other people that I don't know this has happened to outside of him. To be honest, like a lot of people reached out to me, like, man, like I can't believe that this happened to you. People that know me. So like it's just conversations that needed to be had, man. The church got to stop playing and have these conversations with these people, and these in a different way, because it's still happening. I'm certain of it.
Yeah. So you think that it's still happening? You think that Larry Reid is still victimizing people?
Well, I was speaking more generally, just the church in general. I know that's still happening for sure, but whether it's still happening with him or not, I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, he is who he is, though. A leopard doesn't change his stripes. So if it is still happening, I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely.
But I can't really say yes, it's happening because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's like the same thing that people are doing against me. You know what I'm saying? In a different direction. Like it didn't happen, but they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. We are praying. We've been praying for you for a long time here. You're literally on our prayer list. And I, when this opportunity came to speak with you, I was more than open to speaking with you. I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. We all want to speak to Lavontraye, because this has been this is the biggest story on the internet.
Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. And that's even weird too, man. Like when people see me before this situation, it would be something related to music or something different. But like I've had someone walk up to me, like this has happened a couple of weeks ago. A lady walked up to me in the grocery store and apologized to me. And I'm like, I've never seen in my life. And she's like, I'm so sorry what you're going through with Larry Reid right now. And like, so to experience those kind of moments is like what? You know what I'm saying? So it got me kind of like on edge a little bit. I'm watching it. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting, man. It's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting, man. Yeah, definitely interesting. But like I said, the conversation needed to be had. So, and I appreciate you, man. Sharing your platform and taking an opportunity to kind of speak for what you just believe was the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say I appreciate you for advocating for me. Like if Reed was more correct, I would rather you advocate for him. If what I'm doing to him is wrong, you should advocate for him. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out here just lying on this man, you should absolutely advocate for him. And so I'm not gonna say
Larry Reid did this to himself. Don't for 1 second feel bad for him, or he did this to himself. And the reason this all came about is because he was, doing other nefarious things, behind the scenes. And then, when that was coming to the light, he started, like he did with Daryl, started saying that he was going to sue people. And I was one of the people that he threatened to sue.
Oh, okay. And just so I'm clear, I'm like, that ain't me showing empathy. I'm just trying to create content. It's still fuck you, boy. It's still that, right? But like what I'm saying is, if I was lying, then he deserves that support. You know what I'm saying? In reverse. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not talking to you because you're advocating for me. I'm talking to you because you were able to decide based off of just what was presented that this happened to this young guy.
Absolutely.
And so just because of you being able to be unbiased, not being drunken off of the whatever Larry Reed Live is, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, so thank you so much for coming through. Anytime you feel like clicking the link, you're more than welcome to come up here and sound off. Whenever you need a voice, if anything, we support you around here. And if there's anything that you need, just reach out.
Oh man, I appreciate it, King.
Absolutely. Any last words before you go?
Just everybody, man, in the comments. I was reading a few or
They
three.
said why they haven't arrested him.
Man, you gotta just wait to see how it play out, man. We'll see. We'll see. But I appreciate the support, man, from everybody. I see you. I see you. My family sees you, and we appreciate you. And I see the trolls too, man. Y'all can inbox me, man. I'm with all that shit. So, but I appreciate the support from everybody, though. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming through. Again, the platform is open to you. We appreciate you around here and keep it lit. Until next time.
Appreciate it, brother.
Adios. Guys, that was lit. That was lit. Shout out to Lavontraye Andrews again for coming through. Okay, on period. See what running your motherfucking mouth do? Motherfucking unconscious now. See what that sleepy holder motherfucking did when. Okay, on period. Guys, this was something that had been, put away for the most part. Again, Daryl Moore. Shout out to Daryl Moore in the motherfucking chat. Daryl Moore had came to mediation with Larry, and they both had agreed that they were not going to speak about it. And but God, Conscious and Tasha got into it, and it was just a chain of reaction. It was a chain reaction effect, and now the situation came back to the light, and the truth is out. The receipts are out now. Lavontraye, we've seen him, sit with Tasha K. We can put a face to the voice, and we can put the actual receipts are out. The actual receipts, and I seen that sleepy hole over there talking about that the receipts were doctored. The receipts are not real. This is a video. Like, this is the video. This is not doctored. This is real. This is a real conversation between Larry and Lavontraye. Larry apologizing until he blew in the face about molesting Lavontraye. He said he made many mistakes, i.e., one of my mistakes was what I did to you, Lavontraye. Larry said these things. The receipts, if anybody wants to see them, will be available via my Patreon. Patreon. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, them sleepy holes over there. Ooh, now I'm trying to get my friend Jaguar back here to tell us what happened with the car. What happened with the car? When? Okay. Ooh, let's see if we get Jaguar. Where's OG Patrice? Is OG Patrice still in the building? Yes. What's going on with the car? What's going on with on people? God, this is God doing, okay? On people, sure. We did God's work. Yes, sir. A dusting we will go. A dusting we will go. High on the stereo. Dusting we will go. Yes, Jaguar Wright was here. Jaguar Wright was definitely in the building. Y'all give me one moment. Let me see if I can get my friend on the phone and see what's going on. Hold on one second. Let me see if I get my friend on the phone. Let me see if we can get the update win, girl. Let me see if we can get this update win. Oh, Let me see, girl. Hold on one second, win, girl. Hold on one second, win, girl. Hold on one second, win, girl. Y'all check out this commercial while I reach out to Jag, see if she available, win, girl.
Grammy for you. There's a
My,
Grammy
my,
for
my.
you, and a Grammy for you, and a Grammy for you. Not you, Mary. Sit down. And a Grammy for you.
My.
Oh, 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 you poor thing. Them niggas ain't got your back, boo. Maybe you should snitch.
My.
Maybe you should talk about all that shit that you see happening bad boy in Uptown. Cause Lord knows you know what happened to Father MC baby mom when they trampled her to death. Lord knows you remember her, don't you, Mary?
Mm.
Or maybe that bodyguard that got killed. Or maybe you should talk about Blue Cantrell because you had a problem with her. You was mad that Jay-Z wanted to fuck her and not you. And you used to snitch on everywhere she was so she could be followed. I don't know, Mary. Maybe that's why you ain't win shit. Karma's a bitch.
My. Did
So
Blue
moving
Cantrell
right
ever reach out to
along.
you?
Who?
Blue Cantrell. Did we ever get in contact with Blue Cantrell?
I can't talk about that right now.
Oh, my.
I keep telling people I'm not passive aggressive. I'm just aggressive. They better watch out for me. Fuck the Grammys. If you take that shit and try to point it at the pawn shop, you can't get a goddamn dime for it.
Oh,
I know
okay.
people
Yeah, it's
that
not even
die.
real gold. It's not even real
It's
gold.
not even real gold. It's fake gold. These niggas be sitting there killing each other, going crazy over
If
this
they don't
fake
get no
gold.
extra money, you don't win no money from winning a Grammy. None of that.
Well, I mean, you get more gigs. It's the
Yeah.
popularity thing, So basically, it still all relies on what another human being thinks anyway. Because I know plenty of people that win Grammy that don't work at all.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
That part.
Fuck a Grammy. You ain't supposed to be bowing down to no graven images and worshiping no statues, no how. You know? But hey, these niggas like to do what they like to do. I'm just tired of people fucking with my friend Tokyo Tony. I'm tired of it.
Yo,
What happened with
Zaire,
y'all?
you go in the closet.
TMZ was talking to
In the closet.
TMZ called her and they was talking to her
In the closet.
and they were asking her how she felt about China's, outfit. And she was saying that she didn't like it. That she thought she should have been in something more elegant, something that really showed off her curves. She's a beautiful woman. She felt like they tried to make her daughter ugly. She felt like it was all like her paying homage to Beyonce because she wants to be Beyonce so bad. And how, she felt like it was a ritualistic ceremony and blah, 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 blah. They cut all of that out and they only left in the parts where Toke said she didn't like what Angie was wearing.
Mm. My.
And then posted it as Tokyo Tony shades her daughter. No, she was shading the fucking Grammys.
I feel like they was trying to make her look ugly because I was like, she don't look like that. Like, why her face look like that? Like, did they do something to her face or was it
Too
the
much
makeup?
Botox
Ooh.
and fillers.
And then it was the mask that was pushing her face up that was probably
Oh,
making it look
Jesus.
crazy.
I'm telling you, it looked like the penguin
Ooh.
without the white part. Like the white part would have brightened it up a little bit, It was so dark. It was just so dark. It was I had a nightmare about that outfit.
Ooh.
I was walking down a dark road and this bird just came up on me. And he got big as fuck. And then I looked and I said, no, no, no. And it was the birds. You remember the Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds, the killer birds. And I just, in China's costume, killed me. It was
What do you
terrible.
feel about the winner of album of the year? Do you feel like Beyonce should have won that?
I think the right person got the statue that they deserve, and I think Lizzo needs to watch her back.
Ooh.
She got a new car, Sweetness.
They worship who they worship. That's what Uncle Ron said. They worship who they worship. Watch your back, Lizzo. They came after me when I killed Jay-Z Unplugged. Lord have mercy. They tried to ruin my life because I worked so good. Yeah, you know, poor Mary. Mary had a little lamb. little. Poor Mary. Lord Jesus. All them years of kiss assing and lying and sucking dick and fucking just to sit there on television all dressed up with no awards to take home. Poor thing.
I felt like Mary looked a mess. I didn't like that dress she had on. Like, why she had that big ass open face right next to her crotch? Like, you was too old for that. I thought that was.
Well, you know, she got to flash a little badge. She got to work harder. She older now. You know, you got Sweetie out here. It ain't the same for Mary, you know. She got to put it on. She got to put a little pussy out, you know.
Okay. Period. That's what it was giving me.
Like, hey, I need a ride. Only thing she could do was put her thumb up.
What's up, kid?
Yes.
I can't. They listen, and that tribute, all them dead people. Is it me or does the dead people memorial get longer and longer every year?
What's the Dead People Memorial?
When they acknowledge all the people that have passed away in music from the last Grammys.
No, I missed that part. I didn't even watch the Grammys. I was doing my own. I had my own meet and greet in Las Vegas, so I missed the majority of the
You might have been hypnotized.
Oh, that's what they say, girl. I only seen what was on Instagram.
Yeah. Look, I saw Kendrick. I saw Lizzo. That was it. I saw Mary cry when Lizzo accepted her award. I saw Mary, when I know she wanted to get it, you fat fucking bitch. I know she wanted to get it. I seen it written all over. I seen it. Oh.
Man.
Then she started spitting rap lyrics on her social media. Green within me. Green. Mine. It's my precious. They turned their ass into Gollum from Lord of the Rings. My precious.
My. Did you see that post about Leah's alleged daughter?
Listen to me. God bless that baby, okay? God bless her. She want a family. She want a family.
Oh shit.
She don't look nothing like neither one of them niggas, but God bless her.
She looks like Apple and Celia.
Yeah, like a Harper and Celie baby.
I was done.
If y'all missed the car update, y'all better go back in the live and check it out. She definitely went over there. Don't do that because you just clicked the link. Period. We already went over there. Yeah, she did address. She addressed. Let me go ahead and put you on timeout because she said that they don't have it. They don't have the pictures. And the insurance company came out and they couldn't get the pictures either because
I got to go back to Dallas.
Yeah,
and get the registration from Dallas. You know, this is a multi-state thing. This ain't like a hit and fucking run in your neighborhood and shit. We over 1,000 miles away the fuck from home and our car blew up. What's the fucking protocol for that shit?
That part.
You can't pay attention to people. I tell you what, we in a new car.
I know that's right.
And we're very comfortable.
I know that's right. Okay, on period. A better car. Okay, on period. God,
It is.
when He take
It's
it away, He
bigger.
always give you
It's
something
big
better.
enough for King. It's big enough for King.
Yes.
Yeah,
And where is King?
he's in Lubbock.
Lebec. Okay.
Yeah, we gonna go get him. We got a yard coming, so yay.
Okay. You guys are moving soon?
Yeah, we have no choice. We can't stay where we've been. Too many
Oh,
people know where we live,
my. You guys
and I
heard it
don't
here
really
first. Jaguar Wright is moving. And they're
got
bringing the
to.
dog back. They have a yard. My.
Mhm. Little by little, motherfuckers want to see you do bad for so long, they forget it's possible for you to do good.
Yes. Okay. On period. And they too invested in your life and stuff. They want to prove you wrong so bad, so bad.
Well, listen to me.
Thank you, Ahmad.
Go ask Mary J. Blige how she really feels about Lizzo with it.
Now, Ahmad says, what insurance company pays out before getting pictures? Duh. And how did the insurance company pay out so quickly, especially when there's an investigation into the accident? Make it make sense. It wasn't an accident. The car was never blown up, guys. There, please stop. Stop. She probably traded in that car for a new car. The car was never blown up. If it was a mystery car that blown up in Arizona, believe me, people will know. People will know. Just remember that. But thank you, Ahmad. I appreciate that. Now, I told y'all we gotta go find the car. He done made it rain up in here, and we appreciate that. That'll be for my coffee and my latte. Thank you so much. But we'll still finish hearing about this.
Okay.
Since you want to know something so bad, ask her how she feels about that Album of the Year award.
Okay.
I
My.
gotta go, babe. I love
All
you.
right. Love you too. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you
Thank you for
soon.
coming through. My.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, that was fun. That was fun. Thank you so much, Jaguar Wright. Shout out to Jaguar Wright for coming through. Again, shout out to Lavontraye for coming through. Shout out to Tasha K for hooking that up. Okay, on period. It was a situation on tonight. You guys remember to support. The Cash App is in the chat and the preferred donation method. Okay, let's make sure that our business is businessing. Okay, and that we're hitting our quotas. Okay. Yes, I'm getting ready to drop the link. We're
Yeah, I'm
getting
getting
ready to
ready to
drop
drop
the link. I
our
know a
link.
lot of you have a lot to say.
I'm getting ready to drop our link, but I ain't being up with you guys all night. But I would like to know, how do you guys feel about that Lavontraye case? I don't know if y'all heard, the interview and what he was saying. Ain't gonna be no receipt. Y'all wait. Y'all wait on it. Y'all wait on it. Y'all wait on it. So I'm gonna let Kev want to come up for a couple of minutes before we close out. Come on up, because I want to know how you guys feel about that Lavontraye case. We got the wine and the tea and the coffee, Uncle Jack. I can't take y'all. I can't take you. Where you at, Kev? Well, he done disappeared. Come up. I put the link in. Come up. Share a few words so we can take it out of here. We don't need to listen to their panel. We got our own panel. Oh, you in the car? Oh, yeah. And everybody send you their prayers, King Cav. They send you their prayers. They send you their prayers. I gotta hear more on this. See, at this point, I don't know. I haven't been following the story to say yes or no. Now, if somebody's been following the story, then maybe you could talk more on it. But one thing I'm not gonna do is say, "Oh, he a liar, he this, he that," because you never want to be the one that if stuff come out true, you never want to be the one to say, "Oh, wow." Same thing when that thing happened with Lorenz Tate or whatever. Didn't 50 Cent come back and apologize to that girl? Y'all gotta be careful. And remember, these are people's lives. When it's sensitive content, you gotta listen to it. You just can't pick, oh, that person's wrong, that person's lying, this, that. We are detectives. We have to find out. The same way we're gonna find out what happened to Jaguar's car. We're gonna go find her car. Because we detectives here. We find out stuff. And you never want to be the person that something happens to you and you tell your story and everybody dogging you out. Because it's going to come to a time people ain't going to tell their stories no more. It's going to come to a time people are not going to do interviews no more and they're not going to tell their story. Ain't nobody don't care inside here. You got that right, baby. You got that right and right. Oh, goodness. My stuff just be disappearing. I don't know if it's the cat, the dog, or the cat. Oh, man. Jeez. How old was he when it started? He was a teenager. He was a young teenager who parents took him to that church. He was a young teenager. She put that car on Craigslist. I know. She probably did. But we're going to find that missing car because there's no way you got there and then the police got it. They have to take pictures of a car. There's no way that story is under investigation. They got an attitude. Yeah, but there's no way there's no pictures of it. There's no way. Even the cops got to take a picture of that. A car blow up out of nowhere. And they ain't got no pictures. You ain't got no pictures. The Uber guy ain't got no pictures. Then you got to go to Texas to get your registration to take it back to Arizona. No. You can't. Why you need a registration? They can't identify the car. Remember, you said that the thing was burnt. What you call that? She said the serial numbers was burnt off. So she can't even prove that's her car. If everything is burnt like she said, how do you prove that's your car? You come in with a registration. The registration has a number. There's no number. Everything was burnt. There is no proof that is your car. Let's just say If what you're saying is true, if what she's saying is true, it doesn't matter if you have a registration or not. There's no proof that's your car. Everything burnt up. What are they going to compare the registration to? They're going to compare it to, that could be anybody's car. You're going to describe the car, but that's not helping you. They don't have no proof that's your car. What proof do you have it's your car is burnt up? To all the numbers is off for it. So you can't even go to a dealer and say, well, these are the numbers. You can't even do that. That burnt up too, remember? Car smell like 6. I know 8 with the 24. I know what you mean, bro. Yeah. But like I said, how would I react if he was my... Listen, at that point, if that happened before me, I mean, and then you have a man that's been allegedly abused. How do you react? How do you help how do you help a man like that? All you could do is just be there, but what can you really do? If that happened, you could be there. Maybe if you want counseling, get counseling. But that happened a while ago. It happened when he was a teenager. So, well, tomorrow, if you got time, we're going to talk about it. Because I'm not staying up with y'all men and women all damn night. I am not staying up with y'all all night. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, it was not consensual. It was not. Underage cannot consent by law. Underage cannot consent by law to have any type of relations with a grown man like that. Because the older person knows what they're doing, and they know how to groom them, and they know how to get them to do it. But by law, they cannot. I know, right? This is our late 8 with the 24. This is our late. I cannot wait, when my boy 8 with the 24, I wanted you to come up when I talk about other topics that's right up your alley. I can't wait till you do your start with your YouTube, because I want to be right on your panel. We're gonna get stuck. You talk about great stuff. I just did one a couple of minutes ago. The car wasn't worth anything. Them tires been ran through. Everything been ran through. I told you it did not get burnt up. Gary. Girl, they don't know nothing. Whatever she put to it, an officer, whoever forensics will have to tell her what happened. Right. So given the fact he was violated, how do you come forward when you know how women will react to you? Like I said earlier, listen, people was like, if it's true, why he waits so long? You can't tell a person when to speak up And the same rule apply for men. If that apply for women, that apply for men too. See, people talk a lot when they haven't experienced it and they haven't been through some things. They always got scenarios, not you, of why didn't they speak up? Why you taking so long? You can't tell people that. That's why people, they always like to relate to people who's been in their shoes. They always want to relate to people that been in their shoes. Because some people they don't understand. Man, I've been working on my brains for maybe over 30 something years. 8 with the 24. It still ain't getting nowhere. How women or men react didn't matter if it's his truth. Plus his wife already knows. My brother Gary, most of our people have been spoiled with sin. Exactly. It's called. And for a straight man, it's embarrassing. For me, it was women, so I wasn't embarrassed. But he's another man. Yeah. And people, y'all gotta remember, people in this chat been through things too. People in this chat been through some things. So that's why I tell you guys, y'all gotta, y'all can say what you want, but try to be respectful on certain topics. And if it's a sensitive topic, until you absolutely know that the person is lying or whatever, you could say he lying or whatever, but be sensitive. Some of these subjects people been through in the chat. And we don't want them to feel like if they ever come and tell their story, which could happen to them when they was younger, we don't want them to feel that they can't tell their stories, because that's what I'm going to be doing on my other channel. We're going to have people telling their stories. Exactly, Kev. And I'd be so worried. And even not just your sons, your grandkids too. Because you got some of your kids that's out there and leaving your grandkids with people. So your kids and your grandkids, you be really nervous. I mean, if you're at that age. Yeah, sis. Yeah, out of fear. They would be blamed. Yeah. And like we say, we didn't see Larry Reed go put no charges on that man. Not one charge. Defamation of character, nothing. Larry Reed did nothing. Somebody lying on you like this and going on all these different platforms saying the same thing, allegedly. You didn't shut his mouth up. You ain't have no po-po, no nothing. Slap him with nothing. That is sweetness, well put. Well put, sweetness. I believe you, Sugar Love. I know that you are on it. You do your research and only can speak about things that you know about. Plus, I try to always bring facts because I do not like to be looking stupid. Then I like to see where stuff going. So if they're in the right, they're in the right. And if they're in the wrong, we're gonna roast your ass. Pardon me, you two. We're gonna roast. If you in the wrong, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. But if you in the right, so I did a whole video on I have it. I have the interview on my Sugar Babe channel. I got the whole interview. I did it. Ain't nobody come and watch it. I got the lady's whole interview on my Sugar Babes channel. And that's a shame it's not talked about. But if you go on my well, you've seen it already. But if anybody interested in that video, it's on my Sugar Babes channel. They went to North Carolina. They sent her ass back to Brooklyn. They sent her back to Brooklyn. You didn't see the video, Cat, that I played? Y'all better stop. Let me see something. I'm more tired, so I ain't gonna play it today. I'll play it for you guys tomorrow. But me and 8 with the 24, we ain't staying up with you all night. I'll show it tomorrow, Kev. I'll show it tomorrow. It would have been nice to show with this, but I'll show it tomorrow. Something happened to one of your friends, and her mother kicked her out the house. That's why I say, y'all guys got to be a little careful, what y'all say. You got to be very careful. And it's not because we believe them or don't believe them. It's because some people in the chat been through it. So I'm thinking about them. Even though they could be lying, but they still said something that triggered somebody in the chat. So we got to always be mindful of people in the chat, Some people in the LGBT community do things that is devilish. Oh, goodness. Yeah. I remember that. It's messed up here. Yes, exactly. But I showed the video, but when I show videos like that, nobody show up. They don't show up. I'll show it again tomorrow on my Sugar Babes channel. I'll show it again. Let me show you that I have it. Let me show you that I got it. And I'm going to tell you when I did it twice. I'm going to show you when I did it. Let me see. Good night, sis. And we all going to bed. Y'all need to hold up for 1 second. We all going to bed. We all going to bed. Well, you go good night in 1 second. I just want to show you guys something. Then y'all can good night, sweetheart. And this is my Sugar Babes channel. I did this video 5 months ago. I did it before. Look at that. 69 views. When I do this, my other channel, these are the topics that I cover on my channel. I even did the Jessica Reed when she spoke out on Charlemagne the God. When you talk good stuff like that, nobody come. In this video, I did it. It was 4 hours. And again, I'll show it again tomorrow. Or somebody could drop the link because it does need some views. It does need some views. If somebody could drop, one of my mods, and one of my mods could drop, because you're not going to find me, but if you could find my drop my Sugar Babes link, the video is right there. The video is right there. Support that channel, guys. Support that channel. Could somebody please drop that link so we can get out of here? Could somebody drop Sugar Babes link, please? So we could get out of here. One of my beautiful mods. So we could go. And you literally have, nobody want to drop the link? Ms. Wright, drop the link. This is the Sugar Babes link, Ms. Wright. I gotta change that. Click on that link. 8 with the 24. Is this it, Ms. Wright? Is this Sugar Babes link right here? That Sugar Babes link? If that's Sugar Babes link, please. Oh, Sweetness, you was there? Please click on Sugar Babes link. Support that channel. And then you can see what type of topics I cover over there. Click on that link. Watch that video. It is a beautiful... Oh, that's not my link? That's not my link. Could somebody please drop my link, please? Now, you know what? I'm out of here. Forget about it. My mods, all you guys are fired. Good night. All right, let me see if I can drop it. Go on my, let me see. Oh. I think this is it. If this is it, then I got it. And this channel only got 100 and something subscribers. We got to get this page up. We got to get this page up. Please click on that link. Click on that link, Sugar Babes. Sugar Babes. Click on that link and check out that video. It's right there. I did it 5 months ago. So 8 with the 24. You're gonna have to click on that thing. Thanks, Nick. Nick, we ain't had no ginger ale, baby. But I damn sure ate up our snacks. I damn sure ate up our snacks. I was gonna show it over here, but I'm like, no, this channel needs some views. This channel needs some views. And then we have our parties and stuff over there. Neither. Nick, I seen Nick drop there. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I just would like to say, on my way out of here, have a good night. Peace, and I am out.